Welcome back to Sex, Brains and Money. I'm your host, Nikki Thomas, at the Autism Art Auction. So we've had a lot of brainiacs today talking about different aspects of autism, from a neurological approach, sometimes from a sociological approach. We've had people talking about how they're going to commit sociology when it comes to autism, for those who get the joke, because Prime Minister Harper is a bit of a joke himself. But I digress. Right now I'm here with Melissa Caparelli, who is a specialist in special education with the TDSB. Thank you for joining me today, Melissa.
Thanks for having me.
So I've talked to you a few times about, the sort of work that you do with kids who have, different developmental disorders and things like that. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your approach to teaching kids who have different abilities?
Sure. So I teach a number of courses, and within those courses I have some students with autism, on the autism spectrum. One of the courses is a grade 9 core course, so it's a big mix of kids, and within that class we have a few boys with autism, and the class runs for the whole year. So it's a grade 9 class, and from September until June, it's sort of a community thing. And at the beginning of the year, it was very apparent that one of the students was not fitting in socially, was not happy to be there, and was acting out significantly.
So how did you compensate for that sort of acting out?
Well, I mean, I find that in all my classes, what it is about building community. And so having the students work together, having them understand that everyone has their own differences, their own issues, but everyone has value. So
do you use sort of teamwork exercises for that?
We do a lot of that. We do as much team building as we can, like early on. A lot more focus is on the social development early on rather than the academics. And it also, it's really great when the students realize that even though a student might have some social issues, that academically he does great, or the other way around, you know what I mean? They sort of, what I'm saying is, I mean, it's May now, and from September until May, we've created this really lovely family in this class, and there's really a good amount of acceptance, and there's a good amount of camaraderie in the class. And amazingly, the one student in there with autism is not acting out anymore and is really flourishing academically.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
It sounds like, making the student feel like they belonged as part of the community.
Absolutely.
It was a really
Absolutely.
big difference maker. So how do you find that you help students explore their creativity? Do you have any sort of techniques or approaches towards that?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, we've done, I'm not an art teacher. I teach English, for example, but we've done a good amount of hands-on stuff. So I've done some cooking with my students, so to give them, a pile of ingredients and like, okay, make something or follow these instructions and let's see what happens. And I had an example from last year where we were baking chocolate chip cookies, and one student in particular was given the bowl. It was his job to mix, and he's mixing covered in flour, and but by the end they ended up with cookies that they had made, and it was really cool because some of them, it was the first time they'd done that.
Probably really boosts their confidence too,
absolutely.
to be able to make something on their own.
Absolutely, sure.
Great.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that they take that away and are, forevermore able to bake cookies.
Well, if they do, I invite them to come down to the studio and join us at Fitzgerald's Pub and share some of those cookies, because I think that'd be really great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Melissa. I really appreciate you joining us on the show. Is there anything out there that you want to share with educators who might be experiencing students who have different abilities? Or is there any advice that you can give to other teachers, maybe?
The advice I would give would be really to spend as much time one-on-one with that student and treat that student as if they don't necessarily have this social problem. It's, speaking to a student one-on-one and being able to say, okay, talk to me straight up and tell me what you need and tell me what what you want to accomplish. I find that it really does become a lot easier for the student to feel safe and to feel part of a classroom when he or she feels that the teacher respects him and understands him.
Perfect. Well, that sounds like great advice for any student, but especially somebody that might have a little bit of issues dealing with social situations and circumstances. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're going to take another break, and we're going to keep showing you that the artwork created by our allies and people with autism. It's really great art, and if you want to send a bid to us, I've been checking my BlackBerry throughout the segments, and we've been getting some bids, and it looks like a lot of people are interested in this artwork, so don't miss out. I mean, we'll probably end up running out of pieces before the bidding stops. So go to our website at www.autismartauction, follow the instructions on the front page, and in the meantime, stay tuned, because we're coming back with more people talking about creativity, and next up is Adam Golding. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned.